surfing about 7 years ago. And
Wow.
I absolutely.
You're in good shape because the surfing, you have to have core strength and stability to stay on that board, man. That's hard. That is really tough.
I'm no good at it, but I love it.
All right, so the biggest thing you got to work on, Scott, is if you watch the screen on the right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you a couple things here. You leave a lot of weight behind. You go back okay here. This is a nice backswing. But there's a couple little things that you do. One is watch your right hip because it doesn't rotate, it sways, it slides, it moves laterally. See how it goes to the right a little bit there? So I'm going to have you working on rotating that right hip a little bit better. The other thing is you're moving behind the ball nicely here, but you don't want to move behind the ball with an 8-iron. Notice how your head's moving a little to the right there? You don't want to do that. Not with an 8-iron. You want to rotate around your axis of symmetry is your spine. You want to stay relatively stable there. Now what happens in the downswing is you stay back.
I see what you mean. Wow, I see what you mean.
So that's why you hit the ground a lot.
I see.
But that's easy to fix.
Okay.
That's easy to fix. What you're going to do is level out your shoulders, lean your upper body a little more towards your forward leg, and just try to stay over on your left side a little more as you swing. And you're going to focus on rotating instead of sliding your upper body. You're going to turn it. Just everything's going to rotate. You're going to do this drill. Take a golf club. Let me see your club for a second. Everything I say is being recorded. You're going to take a club, put it across your thighs, get in front of a mirror, and just practice rotating. Pay attention to your head. Put it, a piece of tape on the mirror and turn, and don't let yourself move. You're just rotating. Your hips can rotate, they just can't move laterally. All right? That's a big deal. That's pretty much your whole problem. Now, from face on, you've got a good golf swing. Now, so I'm going to just draw a couple little lines. This is the shaft line. And I'm going to draw another line. That corridor is where the club and your hands, when you go back, that's when you cock your wrist. That's the angle that you're cocking your wrists on there. That's fine. You're right in the corridor that I want you to be in. So you're doing a lot of things good there. And that's a nice position. I'd like to see you turn your body a little more, get a little more rotation out of your body. I think you can do that. I don't think you really think about that.
Right.
As you come down, you're coming down a little steep here. So here's your backswing plane. We'll call that number 61. On the downswing, I'd like the number to be less. I'd like it to be 55. Well, that's not the case. What's happening is you're going back on one plane and you're coming down on a little steeper plane.
Right, I see. This is where you're saying you are lower.
Yeah. So, is that a bad thing? Not really, but as you get into the longer clubs, you're going to slice.
Right, definitely.
So what we're going to teach you is to take the club back on a steeper plane and come down on a shallower plane. And basically, you're going to feel like you're going from a steep backswing to a shallow backswing. I can show you how that's going to look. Now, you're not going to do it to the degree that this person does it, but it's a good visual for you to see. I don't know. You probably don't know too many golfers. I don't know if you.
But not that many.
I don't know if you've watched golf, but I'm looking for a guy here. I can't seem to find him. His name is Ryan Moore. Well, let me see if I can demonstrate here. So he goes back. All right, that's the plane of his backswing. Okay. That angle is 60 or 59, right?
Right.
And now as he comes down, see how he shallows out the angle. 43.
And how do you do that?
You got to go steep on the backswing, and laws of motion will allow you to come under. So if you get steeper on the backswing, See, what you're not doing is getting the club back properly. And then once we teach you how to... See how the club goes under the line there?
Yep.
That's not correct. And this is not that hard to teach. And I'll be able to do this in a few minutes. But watch this guy here. He's going to keep the club in the corridor on the backswing. Now, you see how he keeps his handle close to his right thigh there?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want you to do. You're not doing that. Your club goes a little bit under the plane and then a little steeper coming down. We're not going to do that anymore. You're going to go steeper on the backswing. Notice how Charlie goes up. That's a steep backswing plane. And then the downswing, he drops it flatter. And how do you do that? Well, you got to get, first thing is you got to get steeper on the backswing. You got to get the club head to stay to the right of your hands. Here's your club head and here's your hands. You want to keep the handle in towards your right thigh on the takeaway a little bit. So we're going to work on that, and we're going to show you a couple little drills. And my name is Jim Estes, and today I'm going to talk about a drill that I think is extremely important for the swing plane. So what I want you to do is, and this, by the way, is going to give you an instant understanding of exactly the feeling you want to have in the golf swing. Take a club. You can put a rod, alignment rod, in the grip, or I'm sorry, in the butt end of the golf club. Take the golf club, turn it like you're going to hold it, and then what I want you to do is take that club, put it right against your left hip, so you're holding both clubs here. Now you've got an alignment rod on the ground and a golf ball, and what I want you to do, getting into your good posture position, your weight over the arches, feel balanced. The insides of the heels are going to be about the width of your hips. Take a swing back, slow motion, and trace with that alignment rod the target line all the way up. The shaft should be parallel to your target line at the top, and then slowly coming down, trace the line. And do this in slow motion. Right into the impact position. So this is a great feedback tool, visual feedback tool for learning the proper swing plane. Go right to your impact position. I encourage you to do this drill in slow motion, and if you have 5 minutes a day, if you do this drill every day, I guarantee you're going to improve your golf swing. So again, I think you'll find this to be extremely helpful. JimEstesGolf.com if you have any questions.